28. What is the role of technology in science, the difference between a theory and a law? So for technology, the idea was the cell theory. And so before they knew that all living things were made of cells, they needed a certain piece of technology, which you said was?
Microscope.
The microscope. The very first microscope was not much better than a magnifying lens. But over time, they made it better. The technology gets better and better and better. Okay? And so as the technology got better, they were able to discuss the cells of living things and look at the cells of living things. Even now,
Ivy seniors.
even now, as the technology has improved to our time, so it went from like 10 times magnification to 40 to 100 to 400 to 1,000 on a microscope, they invented an even better microscope. Instead of using light, the light waves look like this. So look at my hand. So light waves go like this, and they bounce off of the object you're looking at under the microscope. All right? They invented something called an electron microscope. Electrons have a much smaller wavelength than light, so they could bounce off of the object and create an image 20,000 times magnifying the image. So the technology got better and better, and they could improve the theory, the cell theory, even more. So I'm a biology teacher. I know this is physical science, but I'm just applying it to that situation. So let's say you're a caveman, all right? And you're fighting with other cavemen. What did they first use, you think?
They're bad.
A stick.
Okay, sticks.
Rock.
The technology developed after sticks and rocks and fists was
Gun.
a bow and...
Arrow.
And what's the benefit of that technology of bow and arrow versus just a stick? Or a bow and arrow?
Well, bow and arrow helps you
Further
with aim.
distance, right? And so what's something else? So you could throw a rock, or you could, what is it?
Bow
A
and arrow.
slingshot. This is not a bow and arrow.
not a
That's a slingshot. A
Oh, I didn't
sling,
see.
right? A sling. All right? A lasso with a rope. Yep. So those are all pieces of technology that improve on a system. All right? Now, the next one. What's the difference between a theory and a law? You're allowed to use your phone and you're allowed to use your book. So let's look up the difference between a theory and a law. All right, pause that for a second. Okay, so we had a minute to look it up. Clint, what's a theory?
A scientific theory is not a wild guess. It must be constant with known exponential I can't pronounce that. Experimental results. And it must have predictive power as knowledge is gained. Theories are refined to better explain the data. A law is a mathematical relationship that is constantly found to be true.
Okay, so I have it looked up in your book already. Look at this. Ready? Oops. Ta-da! Put it on the Elmo. All right, I even highlighted it for you. All right? So you can see it. A scientific theory is a well-tested explanation for a set of observations or experimental results. A scientific law is a statement that summarizes patterns found in nature. So a law summarizes the patterns. So you said the law of gravity, all right, that's a pattern. When you drop something, it falls down. It happens constantly over and over again like that. So the law of gravity, all right? The theory is constantly being tested. So what develops over time to help you further test the theory and get you closer and closer to the final explanation? What is always improving every year? Technology. All right? So as the technology improves, you can retest a theory, but they never 100% are proven. But they are still the best fact or the best explanation that we have. So usually we have the most accepted theory right now until what gets developed next year. A better piece of technology that could actually take it a different way. So Isaac Newton, his law of gravity was really good. Then Einstein came along and put some tweaks on it, talking about the gravitational warp of space, and that put a major tweak on Sir Isaac Newton's law of gravity. All right? And then after Einstein was gone, some more scientists got into quantum physics, and that put another little wrinkle on Einstein's theory of gravity. okay? But it's still really good in the world that we function in, not in the quantum level, which is like super ultra microscopic level. All right, so that's the application of the scientific theory and scientific law. You might see this again on the test on Thursday. Okay, a theory is never proven, a law is a restatement or a pattern found in nature. Pattern found in nature. Thank you.